Good morning. If you've ever been in a twin flame dynamic and you're the divine feminine, you completely understand the longing that accompanies that. The total detachment that needs to happen is almost impossible for it to happen. And it comes as a mind shift. Now, I've had experiences with hypnosis during my life. It's actually been very helpful. And I feel like if I make a hypnosis recording that could be useful for other people, I think it could be very beneficial to a lot of divine feminine going through this awakening situation. And a lot of it is just being able to completely detach from the whole situation. And considering the gravity of the situation, it's extremely hard to do because your conscious mind doesn't, once it's interacting with the situation and it's in it, it doesn't want to do it. It doesn't understand. So if we can help our subconscious mind, right, if we help that part of ourselves, then we can completely shift, because your unconscious mind is the main controller of your brain. So if you can shift the unconscious mind into no longer wanting to chase the twin, losing the detachment feeling, gaining yourself back and your freedom, the unconscious mind is where we do it. And it will obviously be completely you'll feel it in your conscious mind, in your conscious living. You will start to feel, I don't care about that situation anymore. And it's not that we don't care. I want you to get this straight. This is not that we don't care. It's that we really need to own ourselves completely. All of ourselves, our mind, our heart, everything needs to be ours. Because the only way that the other person can make a shift is if we completely make a shift. And that sounds sad. We don't want to forget that person. We're not going to forget that person, but we don't need to see that situation as something outside ourselves that we need to do. Because it's never that. Because it's always about us. And if that person's supposed to come back, they will. But in order to find real freedom and control over your own body and your own mind, you have to train the subconscious mind, or teach the subconscious mind to let go completely, and then you can. I've seen miracles of hypnosis. I've seen what it can do, and it's not a thing where you're going to be in a trance or anything like that. It's just deep relaxation techniques. Usually you do it like you're meditating. You can just listen to the MP3 or whatever the recording is on your phone, and you just listen once a day, and you can train your brain to no longer want that person, to no longer need that. And it's not the person so much, it's what's inside of you that's creating it. It's this need for love and approval outside of yourself. It's just the last little bit. And for a lot of us, we've been on this journey for a long time, so it's extremely frustrating to still feel like that. But we really just need to help ourselves just dissolve that last little bit of trauma response and shadows of abuse, basically, from childhood. We just need to shed those, finally. And it's impossible almost to let them go on a conscious level because they're so unconscious. They come from deep childhood, like when you're like 1 or 2 years old. And that's almost impossible to consciously get rid of. You can consciously get rid of things from age 7 and up. You can. But things that happened before your brain was truly developed, you can't. And that's kind of how you know that you had some deep neglect when you were very little, because your brain wasn't developed enough to even cognize what was happening. So your subconscious mind holds it, but your conscious mind, it literally can't place where it came from because it's so developmental. And I know that sounds sad. Okay, that sounds sad. Try not to feel bad about that, okay? Yes, it's sad people abuse children, but you know what? We came here to have this experience. I'm sorry, we did. We chose it. So we can find things like this to help other people and understand how the brain works, how trauma works, how actual real love is supposed to be, and how we can control our lives. We finally have genuine control over our lives, understanding of how we got there. So I feel like hypnosis is a really good tool for that, for the subconscious mind, especially when we have shadows still left from childhood that we just don't understand why they're there, and we're frustrated why we still feel like this. We just want to get rid of it. Well, we have to access that part of our brain and train that part of our brain to be safe. You're safe, right? So I'm going to write some hypnosis to be able to detach from people. All the love you need is within you. You are safe. You can live. Yeah. Good morning. Have a good day.